All of us girlies need to be aware of the social experiment that's happening. Because, my God. So there's a creator on here called Bree Comedy Skits, and she dresses like a stud and approaches straight men, well, seemingly straight men, in the grocery store. But the part that's very interesting, the part that has me intrigued, is that she's getting their numbers. They aren't turning her down. They like that mannish look. And listen, she's a very pretty girl, but the package, she step into them like, what up, G? You know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, there's a quiet part to all this that nobody wants to say, but I'm gonna say it. Do men want men? Listen, if the answer is no, then explain to me what it is that made these men give her their numbers. What is it?
Men like vagina. That's the only thing that this video proved. Yeah. Men like it and don't care what package it comes wrapped in. That's it. I'm starting to think that y'all actually think that having a certain attitude and demeanor and putting on boy clothes turns you into a boy. Like a pretty woman and a beautiful woman dressed like a tomboy is still a woman. It's still a woman. You think if Beyonce had on a baggy shirt and some jeans and a backwards hat, she'd be any less fuckable? Have you seen Tiana Taylor? If a dude will smash a ugly chick, what makes you think he won't smash a pretty one dressed like a tomboy? Don't matter what you put on it, eyelashes, take the eyelashes off, put a dress on, put a shirt on, put some jeans on, put the nails on, take the nails off, have the weave on, shave the hair off, dark skin, light skin, fat, skinny, tall, short, blind, deaf, take the legs off. It don't matter. It's coochie up under there. We gonna figure it out. That's all that this proves. Those boy clothes she got on ain't no different than the makeup and the lace front that you got on, huh? We know when it all come off, it's coochie up under there. I'm gonna start walking around with a white long lab coat and a stethoscope around my neck and just call myself a doctor. Fuck it, right? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Since the outfit just change who you are. If I put duck feathers on the chicken, does that change it to a duck? That's a duck now? If I put tiger stripes on a lion, like, is that a, you know what I'm saying? And cut his hair. I think you get my point. It's still coochie up under there.
It's not a quiet part to this. Once again, modern women psychoanalyze all of the wrong things. You can see smiles on the faces of these men because whatever you're talking about, she's not doing it. Yeah, she's dressed kind of like a stud, but it's more like it's like a Halloween costume. You know what I mean? Like, you can see that that's not really her. You can see by the way she wears it and by the way she talks, she's messing around. And what do men say? I want somebody that's not so uptight. I want somebody that messes around, that jokes around, that's easy to get along with, that's chill. What is she doing? Messing around. Yeah, man, you cool. You seem like you cool. You seem like you'd be a good time. Yeah, I can give you my number. Yeah, let me get your number. Hey, let's link up. Men can see through all of that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be thinking because modern women, y'all have small minds. Y'all think on a limited basis that men do too. Men are more big picture thinkers. And I'm not saying that you aren't. I'm just saying that men can zoom out and see a lot of stuff. Because y'all don't know the strengths of a man, y'all wouldn't understand that a man has that capability and skill.
So as a black man with black women that do have children, I would expect you to want to step in for women who have children. The majority of us black women are single mothers. And since we are, and you want to date us potentially, then it would be your role to step in. Oh, my children's father has passed away. So since he's passed away, my children don't have a father and they won't, but I need a man that's going to come in. And since I'm a mother and I'm a very good mother, I need somebody who can be a good father to my children. And if you want to empower youth, period, then you should want to. If you're dating a single mother, which most black women are, you should want to step in and play that role as long as you're there.
No, that's not his responsibility, bro. I don't know why y'all think that y'all could just lay this on to the next man. That's not his responsibility. Now, listen. There are some good men out there that's willing to do it. Kudos to them. But you cannot just expect every man to want to come in and take care of your kids, your baggage, your burdens. That's not.
Nope.
That's not realistic.
Just a quick reminder, if the man makes $80,000 per year and the wife makes $40,000 per year, together their household income is $80,000 per year. Just a quick reminder.
Her math skills are not really up there. She meant 120K for both. And if she didn't, then she's not going to be in a relationship for long, because men stay away from women who think they're entitled to that sort of behavior, if you know what I'm saying.
What size are you?
I swear, every day that goes by, the internet shows us how weird and creepy women can actually be. Viewer discretion is advised.
Average. Can I feel it to see? What is it on?
No, we ain't doing nothing like that.
We ain't doing that?
No, we ain't doing nothing.
It must be little.
Ladies, I just got one question. Is this not predatory behavior? Is this not weird? Is it not corny as fuck? If you answered no to any of those questions, let me tell you the reciprocal of what she just did. Just imagine I'm a street interviewer. I walk up to a random woman on the street and I say, hey, listen, is that pH balanced or unbalanced? And of course she's going to say it's balanced. And I tell her, you know what, let me put my hand down there to double check. And she says no. And I try to shame and insult her because she doesn't allow me to do that. Wouldn't you say I'm a fucking creep? Wouldn't you say I'm a predator? I swear we don't call women weird enough in today's day and age. How do you try to shame someone because they don't want to allow you to assault them physically? I don't understand. And she posted this for the world to see. It's one thing if you would have done this and never recorded it and nobody found out and he just came to us with the story, versus you intentionally did this. And I can almost assure you, in her eyes, there is nothing wrong with what she just did. Now I understand people do anything for clicks nowadays. I fully understand it. But there needs to be consequences, let alone harsh consequences, for women doing creepy, weirdo, predatory shit. No different from men. Now I commend that young man for standing on business and not allowing her to violate him in that manner. And fellas, take a page out of his book. It doesn't matter what kind of shit she on. Don't allow no woman to cross a boundary that you are not ready for her to cross, despite how attractive or unattractive she may or may not be. And as for that young lady, I hope you inherit the discomfort that you provide to people in your street interviews. Y'all keep the change. We don't call them weird enough, and we don't call them losers enough. This is straight loser behavior. I think there was a woman, you were talking about being predatory. There was a woman that I just read online somewhere. She, I can't remember if she was sending certain pictures to a middle school person, young man. And I think he dumped her or something like that. And she went berserk. And so she started stalking him or something like that. And got in trouble for it. Fact of the matter is, these modern women are a lot weirder than they're letting on.
Daddy make you say in the morning before leaving the house?
Reach up high, touch down low. If anything shows, or change your clothes.
Why? Why does he make you say that?
Because if your clothes are loose enough to make you look like a lady, but tight enough to know you're a woman.
I like it.
Am I missing something? Like, you go look at those comments and everyone's mad. Am I missing, like, genuinely, if I'm missing something about why people should be upset about that video, please let me know. All she said was her dad wants to make sure that her clothes are loose enough to where she's still respectable, looks like a lady, but they are form-fitting enough to let the world know that she is a woman. She's a girl, so she's not dressing like a boy. So he said he wants his daughter to look feminine while still looking respectable. Am I missing? Like, genuinely, I don't understand. Like, the women are mad in the comment section. I'm just like, he wants his daughter to look respectable and still be feminine. But they're turning into all some type of like freak, sick weirdness, like about him looking at his daughter in some type of weird way. This all ties back into like, when men are like, hey, ladies, don't go out wearing a certain type of thing, or don't put yourself in dangerous situations. And women are like, well, men should just know not to assault women. And you're like, well, yes, but there are going to be men who are going to assault women. So lower your chances of being assaulted. I've made this analogy before. It's like you're driving on the road and there's someone else driving crazy. And I'm like, hey, practice being a defensive driver. And you're like, well, other people should just drive better. Yes, in the perfect world, people would drive better and not speed and drive crazy weaving throughout traffic. But lower your chances of getting into a car accident by being a defensive driver. The world isn't sunshine and rainbows. You can't just say, well, people should drive better. Men shouldn't assault people. Yeah, men shouldn't assault people. And people shouldn't drive crazy. But people are going to drive crazy, and some men are going to assault women.
And wouldn't you know, Modern women have a problem with balance. If he's not obsessed with you, if it's not an F yes, it's a heck no. You know, modern women everywhere, just the sight of a boundary annoys them. They cannot stand it. For whatever reason, they can't stand it. They don't like it. They want to get far, far away from boundaries and accountability. Always and forever.
Can we be so for real for a second? How are men, like, not the prize in relationships? As women, we expect men to approach us first, plan the dates, pay for the dates, drive everybody to the dates, provide, protect, stay loyal to us, keep themselves looking good, keep calm in all of the situations and never freak out. And they have to do all of this without complaining. Because, God forbid they do complain, then all of a sudden they're too emotional. Or God forbid they don't make 6 figures and all of a sudden they're broke. Or God forbid they're not taller than you and all of a sudden he's too short. Or God forbid somebody tries to set boundaries and oh my God, he's too controlling. And then you're doing all of this while simultaneously yelling at him that he's replaceable and you can have any man that you want. Or you're saying that you don't need a man actually and you can do everything you want by yourself and you don't need anybody to tell you anything. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, at a certain point, we have to stop yelling at men and expecting them to be superheroes and then getting mad at them and criticizing them like fucking dogs whenever they act like a human being. Like, maybe men are the prize and we just need to start appreciating what they bring to the table a little bit more.
I think they're the prize. I am sorry, ladies, but I think men are the prize. I think that they are expected to do so much and more, and they don't get the credit that they deserve. Women don't have to do half the shit that men have to do. Men have it so hard. They take so much shit. They have to control this. They gotta do that. I think men are the prize. And when you have a good man who's going above and beyond for you and for the family, that man is definitely the prize.
And you know what's funny about all of this? Men, a lot of men are willing to share the spotlight. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I can contribute, but I'm not a diva. I'm willing to share. Hey, here's my skill set. I'm going to give you a chance to get on the floor. See what you do. What is it that you're able to do? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Oh, I am the table. Can you imagine a superstar, like an all-star in basketball, bringing the ball up the court? Like, say for instance, you got 2 of them, right? You got one that's running the team and they say, you know what? I'm well respected in my own right. And I've been doing this for about 5 or 10 years now. And I'm respected around the league and I've got major deals. I've got a shoe coming out. I've got a clothing line and I've got umpteen endorsements. And so, you know, I average 30, 10 and 10, you know what I mean? This just crazy numbers. So I'm definitely doing it. Do I have some areas for improvement? Absolutely. But, you know, who's not going to want a superstar to come on a team and to really play and really glean, to really hear what this superstar has to say? That can help me to improve my game. And the reporter's going to be like, improve your game? You're one of the top people in the league. Yeah, I know, man, but you can always get better. That's the mindset of somebody that always wants to improve. Can you imagine having a person like that and then somebody else comes along who's quite honestly and truly in a lot of these situations a role player or like a good player, not an all-star, but somebody that's relatively reliable, right? You can kick it out to them and then make a 3 here and there, right? So you get paid a little bit, not an all-star, but you get paid a little bit. Can you imagine an all-star saying to them, hey man, what do you think? Reporter saying, hey man, what do you think coming to this team you can add to this team? And they sit up there and say, I can really take this team to the next level. Yeah, but how? Well, just, you know, kind of stepping on the court. Well, yeah, but how? Do you have world-class handles? Are you really good at threes? Are you really good at seeing the court? Are you a floor general? What is it? No, no. As soon as I step on this court, instantly the numbers improve. People are going to be like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. That doesn't make a lot of sense because you're not doing anything. Yeah, if that team can't see the inherent value of me standing around on the court and just looking around, not getting back on D, then I don't want to be on this team. And I'm sure that team is not going to be crying if you don't join them. That's what you modern women sound like. Coming to a man who is a superstar in his own right, who is an all-star in his own right. Maybe he's not an all-star, but maybe he's a good player. Coming to him and saying, well, you do all the work. You score 15 points a game. You grab 2 steals, 7 rebounds. You do that. You be a solid performer. I'm going to sit up here and stand on the wing and not do anything. I'm going to be the one that doesn't get back on D because just my presence, I'm a decoy. I'm so good in my head, I'm a decoy. Imagine how dumb that would sound. Not just to the man, not just to the teammate, but to the reporters, to the journalists, to the networks, to average fans who don't even watch basketball all the time, to people who don't watch basketball at all, that hear that and be like, man, I'm not interested in sports, but is that really the concept of a team? You're going to have everybody from kids to adults questioning what the heck is wrong with you.
Do you see that? Do you see that right there? That is a grown-ass man that pays all the bills and he's still washing dishes. Tag your man and ask him, why is he not washing fucking dishes?
Let's see, the reason my husband is not washing the fucking dishes is because I'm here at home washing the fucking dishes. In fact, I'm not even washing the dishes. That LG machine is washing the dishes for me. I have a man that works sometimes 50, 60, 70, even 80 hours a week. Why the fuck am I going to sit there and tell him that he should be washing dishes? Let alone who pays all the bills. He pays all the bills. All of them. The mortgage, the utilities, the fucking gas, freaking car notes, insurance, groceries, my personal expenses. He pays for it all. Why the fuck am I going to make him wash dishes? Meanwhile, he never has to worry about why there are no groceries in the house. He never has to worry about the bills being late. He never has to worry about anything being late. You know why? Because I manage the finances too. He doesn't have to worry about the kids because guess what? They're both in school, and he doesn't have to worry about appointments because I scheduled them bitch asses. Why on earth, when my husband is outside of the house, barely at home, and the only time he ever gets to do anything in the house is to eat, sleep, shit, and shower, why on earth am I going to sit here and pester him about house chores when I'm not even the one working? I'm here in the house. What the hell? Like, it's shit like that makes men not want to get married if this is the shit they gotta put up with. I'm sorry, I haven't been able to speak too much lately, and I haven't been able to post as much as because I had lost my voice due to an upper respiratory infection, so it kind of got me pretty bad because of my allergies. Which is weird because whenever I get a cold, I don't go through this, but whenever I have allergies, I suffer through this. Whatever. But to answer your question, that is the reason why my husband is not washing the fucking dishes. He shouldn't have to. Just like house chores. He shouldn't have to. I keep my house fucking clean any goddamn way. Why on earth would I have to worry about all them chores when I'm the one that manages it? Fucking dumb. Like, I swear. It's women like you that makes it really hard for men to think that there's anything positive for them or beneficial for them to get married. It's because of combative attitudes like this, the whole idea of you controlling your marriage and you wanting to be in control and wanting to be the lead. You wanting to dominate over your husband is what's beyond me. And it's just gross as hell. I'm sorry.
And that's all men are trying to get some of these modern women to understand is, you guys, well, I got to do this and I got to do that. I mean, you act like the man doesn't have anything to do. You act like really what it is because you don't know what the man is doing. You're not physically there with him at work. You think that you're doing more. Modern women, when you think about it from that direction, or that point of view, that perspective, they're really some of the worst people to ever get into a relationship with, to ever get married to, because they always think that they're the only ones doing something. They always think that what they're doing is more important. And how can you compete with that? How can you be in a relationship with somebody who thinks that they're more important than you, who thinks that what they do, every little thing that they do is more important than what you did? Always a one up. Well, I washed the dishes today. I washed the clothes today. I mopped the floor today. I changed the baby today. And what they'll do, those are broad general activities. They'll break it down into small specifics. I had to load the dishwasher. Then I had to put a Tide pod or like a Cascade pod in there. Then I had to close it, and I had to make sure that the liquid or whatever it was topped off so you can get an extra shiny, clean dishes. And I closed it and I set it and I walked off, and that was one thing. That's a chore in and of itself. And then I had to go put the clothes in the washer. So that means I had to gather them from all of the rooms and then put them in one hamper and throw them in the washer machine. And they'll do that for every task. They'll break it down. And then there'll be like the mental load. The mental load is nothing. You just throw the clothes in there, throw a pot in there, walk off. It's really that simple. Tide, Gain, and any other washing detergent has made it easy to where you can just put it in the cap and dump it. Oh, you don't want to put it in the cap and dump it? You can just lean it over, spigot, and let it come out. Oh, you want it to pour a little bit faster? Flip it over on the other side, take off the cap, and let it pour. 5-10 seconds. Walk off after the press of a few buttons. I mean, my God, the stuff that they're actually doing is not really anything at all. I mean, these mashed potatoes are so hard. Trader Joe's has mashed potatoes that are already done. Add a little salt, add a little pepper. Voila. Oh, well, I just can't. You can make a KFC bowl. Go to the store, get some of those chicken nuggets that are already there, like the good kind. You can get the really good kind that you can get at Chick-fil-A. Pop them up into the air fryer for maybe 30 minutes at 350. Golden. Even if you even have to go that long. Then you got the mashed potatoes. You can make gravy in maybe 5-10 minutes. Honestly and truly, and they got instant gravy mix. You can make corn in about 6-7 minutes. Take that gravy out, put the corn in. 6 minutes, steam. You don't even have to remove it out the bag. Dump, dump, dump. Really, all you're doing nowadays is assembling things. But modern women will sit up there and say it's so hard. It is so difficult. And you ain't got to assemble all the time. It's just when you're feeling tired, you're looking for something that's quick. Dump and go, dump and go. It's easy. Once again, a crock pot. Pressure cooker. Black Friday is happening right now. Go ahead and invest in yourself and your family and get something that's going to speed up the process and make you more efficient. But what you're more efficient at is running your mouth. You're more efficient at complaining. That's why you never do any of those things.
There you go, I fixed it. Now you don't have to worry about it slipping anymore. Few women go to your closets and think, how legally naked can I dress in public today? The average young woman in 2025 dresses more immodestly than an 1800s prostitute. Why don't you call your father and apologize? That's so tough.
Okay. He kind of made the point of, well, why would it matter? He goes, is it like 100? I'm like, no. He goes, then why do I care?
So you guys have had a conversation.
Yeah.
So how did that initiate?
Oh, because I was curious.
Oh, okay.
I was curious.
All right.
Because, he was talking about his wild 20s. So I was like, ooh. I was like, all right. So I'm like, so what is yours? And so he's like, he goes, I don't really know. But he goes, it's not ridiculous, but it's not like low either.
Yeah.
So he didn't really give me a number.
Okay.
And so I made the comment, I'm like, are you gonna ask me for mine?
Yeah.
And he goes, no. He goes, I don't care. It's what you did in the past, just like mine is in the past. He goes, what matters now is you and me now.
There is an epidemic that occurs during the colder seasons every year without fail. An epidemic that I would like to call the men's camel-colored mid-thigh length peacoat epidemic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a picture on screen here, but every single year without fail, I will see these coats being busted out by men. I've seen all types of dudes wear this jacket, and I think that it's the pinnacle of men's business casual and or like more elevated jacket. Peacoats in general are a staple item. I like to wear peacoats, I wear one. But when they are typically worn, I see them worn with a mid to light wash jean, usually with sneakers. And I do agree that peacoats can be a more sophisticated way to wear winter outerwear. I know that you don't care about the opinion of some 24-year-old on TikTok, but I think these things are kind of atrocious. With these peacoats, they are generally straight cut, slim cut, piece material of the peacoat. Usually, from the ones that I've seen, polyester. You can tell that things are made by polyester, and I am not someone who really cares that much about the quality of items per se when it comes to other people. I will suggest that if you continue to wear the style or you genuinely really like it, try and look for something that has higher quality. If you want to find something more affordable, go secondhand, go on eBay, go on Mercari, go on Depop, but please stop wearing structured peacoats that are made of polyester. Also, I don't know why people steer away from black except for when it comes to puffer jackets, but I think in my opinion it's a lot easier to style and looks a lot more cohesive with the outfits that people wear with these brown peacoats usually. I also think that investing in a longer peacoat looks more cohesive as well. I'll put a picture up here. The length of the jacket. Very strange length in my opinion. Me and my boyfriend discuss this all the time, but I've never really heard this opinion from anyone else. So if you guys have also noticed this, please let me know. And for all of you brown peacoat wearers, where did you hear about this fashion advice? It is genuine curiosity from my end. All right, goodbye.
I think it's in these moments that you realize that modern women are not going to be happy about anything. The business is men. That is the business. The trend is men. Me talking about, think about Skip Bayless would always talk about LeBron James and the Dallas Cowboys. The business, the model is the Dallas Cowboys. We are going to continue to talk about the Dallas Cowboys until we are blue in the face. Stephen A is still going to have his stick about the Cowboys all the time. LeBron James, out of nowhere, is going to be brought up all the time. That is the business. Men are the business of modern women. Regardless of if you are in our conversation or not, we're going to bring you up because that's what we're all interested in. We're going to talk about leaving you, decentering you, and then still be thinking about you. Oh, I know I said I was going to decenter men, but you know, it's just something about this guy, Chad. It's just something about this guy that just threw me off guard. Yeah, he said everything that you wanted to hear, took you out on a nice date, and you're about to let him smash. There's nothing else to it.
There's no way that y'all are out here at Urban Air around all these children with a fresh BBL, a two-piece velour jumpsuit, and a thigh-high on. What are we doing?
Girlies, I'm curious. When you guys get on Tinder and Hinge, is there like a specific like brand in your area of like people who use Tinder versus people who use Hinge? Because like something I've noticed in my area on Tinder, I get a lot of blue collar guys, a lot of fisher guys, a lot of construction guys, you know what I mean? And then I guess on the opposite end of that, there's also like the former frat guy. And like to some extent, you see a lot of the former frat guy on Hinge also. But usually they're just more open about the fact that they're Christian conservatives over on Hinge. It's like, I guess they come hand in hand, but you know. But also I've noticed on Hinge that I see a lot of like quirky, like a lot of guys trying to be like, almost on every profile, there's something about pineapple on pizza. Okay. But I guess in the same vein, I am more likely to find somebody on Hinge who, like the more liberal guys at least, will, you know, like D&D or Baldur's Gate. And I'm not saying I don't like those things also, because I very much do. However, there's like, I don't know. Do you hear what I'm saying?
And I find it funny that modern women are able to notice certain things. They're able to notice what type of man is here on this app versus this app. If he's Christian, if he's conservative, if he's liberal, if he's taller than what he actually says that he is, or shorter than what he actually says he is, all these other factors. But they can't figure out how to be a good woman to a man. Can't even figure out how to pick a good man.
Y'all, they say the men are in Home Depot. I've been up here since 8, and let me tell you, they're not lying. I should have recorded them, but, you know, I want to give people their privacy. But yeah, come to Home Depot and come early.
If people should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies, why do we have a law that you need to wear clothes in public?
You gotta wear clothes in public, obviously.
Why?
Because you have to. Like, you can't just be naked. That's just crazy. I think clothes are restrictive. I think clothes suck, to be fair.
I think it's gotten a lot looser. Like, in society, maybe 100 years ago, again, wearing what I'm wearing would be like, look at her, you know, whatever. I think it's just gotten it's changed a lot, but I think in general, like, terms of covering up has just become something like, I think a lot of it has to do with kids, because there's nude beaches that people don't care about, but there aren't kids there. I think a lot of it is wanting to protect younger kids from forming any ideas of sexuality too young. I feel like that's a big part of it. Yeah.
I want to ask you one more time. Do you really believe that American women are not the freest women in the world?
At this point, we are so many of our rights are being taken away.
Name them. Name the rights.
Of course, over our bodies. We don't have freedom over our bodies.
Ma'am, you guys have, listen to me. You guys have 60 million kids. You think that right shouldn't be taken away? African American women have 480,000 of a year. At what point do you not need that thing anymore? We thought it was supposed to be when somebody forcefully takes it. Now you have a baby on the way that you really didn't want. We thought that thing was supposed to be for emergencies. You guys turned it into condoms. Turbulence, people.
And really, honestly and truly, it shows you the irresponsibility of modern women. This is what they'll do at all cost. They'll say that they've healed, that they're avoiding men, that they're celibate, and then a baby pops up. How does it happen? Somebody's lying.
We don't want men to approach us. You're right. We don't want you coming up to us, telling us how beautiful we are and how interested you are in us. We absolutely don't want it. That's not true. On my last video, ladies, we have men over there saying that we don't want compliments from them and we don't want them to come up to us and initiate conversation or ask us out on dates or any of that. I don't think that that's true. Maybe you do, but I don't. I think we should create a list under this video that helps men understand the ways in which we would like for them to approach us and express their interest in us. Because I don't think we've ever said, don't come and talk to us. I think we said some of the ways that you do it are an immediate turnoff.
And I really do thank you for saying this. And I really do thank you for trying. But the reason that a lot of men don't know how to approach you guys is because modern women change their mind like the wind. Like whichever the wind blows, whichever direction, the modern woman's mind has changed. So, I remember Splinter Cell. I can't remember if it was Pandora Tomorrow or something like that, where the guy that you were trying to catch in the game, whatever his name is, Sedona maybe is what it was. Maybe I'm wrong. You got to a certain level in the game to where the code would change every day. And so you would have to be in the inner circle in order to know the code. That's what it is with modern women today. If I don't know the code because it changes every day, then modern women are going to spot me out and try to shame me online and effectively ruin my reputation. So that's what's happening.
Men can be the victims in abusive relationships, and there is not a lot of information out there on what that looks like in heterosexual relationships when the man is the victim and the woman is the abuser.
I abused my husband. I pushed him. I screamed at him. I yelled until my throat was sore and all the neighbors knew my business. I would get in his face, curse him out, slam doors like it was my full-time job. And every time that man would build me up, once I started to learn his pattern, I would take so much advantage of the love that he would give me.
Have you guys noticed that most married men aren't actually happy? Most married men are lying to themselves and gaslighting themselves into thinking that they're happy in a marriage which is loveless, sexless, where the woman always argues.
I will literally bully my husband every single second of every day, but I'm the only one that can be mean to him.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop being mean to that man before it's too late. I don't know what this is psychologically, where like you'll be with someone that you secretly have resentment toward. If you don't truly feel strongly about that person, you don't belong in a relationship with them, and treating somebody like your rag doll is just such an awful thing to do to anybody.
Oh, guys, I yelled at my boyfriend this morning for like the first time ever. You know, my boyfriend, the angel boyfriend that was literally making me breakfast this morning while listening to classical music. Yeah.
Let's talk about something most men don't even realize, that they're being emotionally or mentally abused by their partner. Yeah, it happens to men too.
If my husband talked to me the way that I talk to him sometimes, I would be in a literal puddle. I am so mean to that man.
Unfortunately, we live in a culture that loves to demean men. You watch all the sitcoms, all the movies where men are beat up and put down by their wives like it's a sport. Like the women are looking for a medal at who can be funnier at the expense of their husbands.
The amount of you women that hate your husbands is beyond me.
Beat his ass! Let's go!
Unpopular opinion, a lot of women have absolutely no idea what peace looks like to their man. If your man is sitting somewhere by himself in silence with a little smile on his face and he is doing absolutely nothing, he's not fucking with nobody, he ain't bothering nobody, let that man sit in peace. You do not need to roll up on him and ask him no goofy ass question like, what are you thinking about? Or why are you so happy? Because now he got to make the decision to look at you and actually tell you nothing, or lie to you and be like, you're what I'm thinking about. And the whole time that man was sitting there probably thinking about absolutely nothing, just sitting in peace. So let him sit in peace when you see him sitting in peace. I challenge every woman who sees this video to go and ask your man what peace looks like to them. And when he gives you an answer, honor that. And let him have whatever level of peace he told you it looks like.
What's going on here? We've been catfished. It's very disturbing. I wish to leave immediately.
Men are unsatisfied with their partners sexually because women are not responding the same way a woman would respond in porn. Real life women don't moan in pleasure when they're being penetrated like a jackhammer or spat on or hit or choked. You get my point. When a woman doesn't respond overly enthusiastic when he enters or is simply just going to town, that hurts men's egos. Most of them question if they even know how to please a woman. And when they feel down on themselves, instead of having a mature conversation with their partner about what feels good to them, they go back to what they've been training their minds to respond to. And that's corn, which is fake.
Hey guys, it's Tay Baby, and let's unpack this. Ladies, before I get started, I'm gonna save you the time. I am a pick-me bitch, and if you don't like me, I don't know what to do. Pick the thong out of my ass. Simple. I'm only saying this because a lot of you guys have this perception that if a woman doesn't agree with you, she's trying to do it for male validation. Maybe some of us just don't agree with you. Maybe some of the takes you guys say are a little extreme and don't make sense. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. And you can look at my comment section when I'm done with this video and you'll see who better to ask about these things besides a man. We're talking about a man, correct? And what a man likes and what a man wants and what a man thinks of porn and stuff like that and why they watch it, correct? So why would I listen to a woman on these things? Now, I know you're going to be like, that's a little hypocritical because you talk about men topics, this and that. Yes, but I also have a lot of brothers and a lot of guy friends. And you don't think I know these things from being around men? I'm not just saying shit to say it. That's why so many men agree with me. Before I get into this topic, if you don't want your partner watching porn, I understand. That is your boundary. That is your thing. But since you have a big problem with porn, you need to tell your partner in the beginning, this is something you do not want. You women are very performative. You'll pretend you're cool with this, and then when you get with the partner, you get upset about it. How do I know this? Because I have men in my life, and I know you guys lie about this stuff. Women will act like they're okay with things and then say, oh no, I don't like this, I'm this and that. There's even women out here, you'll support other women doing OF, you'll support other women shaking their ass, you'll support other women being strippers. But then when your man's looking, all of a sudden, draw the line there. That's why I tell you guys, be careful with what you tell other women. Yes, queen. Yes, be an OF star. Yes, do corn. Cool. Because now when your man's watching it, it's World War III. This is why I don't support this type of lifestyle. You see? Now let's get into the video. First and foremost, one of the main reasons why men watch porn, it's because it's like a fantasy. A lot of those girls are performative. Are they being fake? Yes, to a certain extent. Are some of them not being fake? Of course. There's some porn that's real, some porn that's very dramatic. There are some women who do like being choked. There are some women who do like being spit on and spitting in their mouth. A lot of women do like being slapped in the bedroom. A lot of women do like masculine men. I don't know where you're getting this from, where no woman likes that. And again, I'm going to be honest with you. If you have a problem with your man in the bedroom, mama, speak up. Why are you letting a man eat your Starburst and you're sitting there when you don't even like it? Say something. Hey, babe, can you do it this way? Or let me be a little explicit. When you and your man are doing stuff, have a night where you touch yourself, he touches himself, and you show him how to do things. You show him how you like it. How are you with the man that you're embarrassed to do stuff with? That doesn't make any sense. Also, when you guys get into these relationships, ladies, let's stop pretending we like to have sex 3 times a week, because you don't. A lot of you guys like to, oh my God, I do spins on it. I choke on it. I blow bubbles on it. And you know damn well you hate sucking dick. Let's be real. So why amp yourself up when that's not true? Not every woman's like this, I understand. But also, men should be very detailed with what they want. If a man was to tell you from the jump exactly what he wanted, you're going to think he's sick and a weirdo. That's why I say these conversations are so hard to have, because you women are so sensitive with things. I'm sensitive in a lot of things as well, too. I'm not saying this to be rude, condescending, or disrespectful, but we are. That's how we're set up as women. We don't want to hear a man wants to see a bitch dangling from the fucking chandelier with her pee-pee up in the air. We don't want to hear that, especially if we can't do it, or especially if we don't like our bodies. Let's be real here. There's things we don't like to hear, but open dialogue is going to create what? A better relationship. The more you speak up, the better you'll have a relationship. Here's my thing. If you're with a guy and he's consuming too much porn, then maybe you should leave that guy. Do I think men should watch porn? Of course not, because at some age, it's like, come on, man, you got to stop watching those type of things. What are you going to do when you have kids? And my biggest thing is, are you also stimulating your man's mind as well? Think about this. We get into relationships with men and we tell them, be monogamous, only be with us. Don't follow girls. Don't look at girls. Don't this, don't that. Cool. Send him videos. When's the last time you sent your man a video oiled up? When's the last time you busted it wide, played with yourself and sent him a video? I doubt you ever did that. So then stop complaining about what he's watching if you're not going to do anything with it. That doesn't make no sense to me. And you know what's even sadder? I'm saying this and you guys are going to get upset at me. All of my friends are married except for 2 of them, including myself. So that's 3 of us. My friends that are married, they're the ones who always tell me this. Oh, you got to keep it spicy. I have a robe on for my man. I do this for my man. My homegirls be telling me like, oh yeah, I love him to death. I be doing this stuff. Why get with somebody, tell him, don't look at girls, don't do this, don't do that, and then you don't fuck him. You don't touch him. And then when he does express himself, he wants to do certain things, he wants to try something, he wants to be spicy, you shame him. The shame is what's ruining your guys' relationship. Men love role playing. Men love a dirty talk. Men love a woman who's, a little confident in the bedroom. Not a 304, but just a little confident. And men love to try new things. That's how you keep it spicy. Nothing's wrong with that, especially if you decide on being with this man for the rest of your life. What is wrong with exuding passion in a relationship? What's wrong with blowing bubbles on your man's pee-pee? You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be explicit, yo, but seriously, when we have these type of conversations, why don't you do things a little bit better? And I'm not solely blaming it on the women, because there are men who have such lustful problems. It is disgusting. There are even women who do these things and men are still lustful. And that's something I don't understand. And I understand men and women are different, but there's a lot of men out here who don't watch porn. Not every single guy's watching porn. And if you believe that, then man, you probably have problems. Because seriously, I don't think there's a need to watch porn every single day to where you're choking your chicken. And I also say this, if you're choking your chicken so much that you're getting ED or you can't even get off to your partner, that's how you know you're having a big problem. Again, I don't agree or disagree with porn because I think it varies. I personally don't see it as a big problem. Again, and the reason why I have to explain this because I know I'm going to get your pick me. Girls watch porn too. Girls watch porn too. I've watched porn before too. I haven't watched it in a very long time, y'all, but I've watched it before and I've watched it with partners. That's why I can't sit here and go, oh, you can't do that. Cause then I'd be a hypocrite and I'd be lying to you. I don't want to lie. I'm being serious. I've watched it before. I watched it even when I was younger. You want me to lie to you? It happens. Most people have. My thing here is have open dialogue with your partner. Stop lying about stuff. When you guys first get into a relationship, please talk about these things from the jump. And if you're uncomfortable with certain stuff, the relationship's never going to work. I can see sometimes why men don't want to get in relationships with women, because if they're going to get with women who don't want to touch them, they're overstimulated, don't want to be affectionate, and then you guys silent treat them, then you withhold affection, I wouldn't want to be with you guys either. I'd rather just be single. A lot of women are like that. I've seen it so many times. A guy will try to touch you. All right, babe, get off me. Every single time. My stomach hurts. You're going to see all the men agreeing in my comments because you guys do that. That's why I say, why get with men you're not satisfied in the bedroom with? Just like you might not be satisfied, like you said, oh, nobody wants to be jackhammered. Then why'd you get with that guy? The moment he did that stuff in the bedroom and you didn't like it, you were the dumb one who sat in that relationship and stayed and never spoke up. I can't relate. I've only had 2 boyfriends and I've been cool. I was cool with them. Didn't have a problem. And if I ever felt something in the bedroom, guess what I did? Explain that to my man. One thing about me, when I love my man down, I'm doing whatever to please. That's my business though. And if I have a problem with that, I'll tell my partner. I can never be with a man who's not in tune with himself, just like I'm very in tune with myself. If I need something done or I like something, I have to tell the man that. So I would suggest you do the same thing. And if you can't do that with your man, you're with the wrong person. And if your man's not listening to your needs, you're with the wrong person as well. But I really think that a lot of these things could be solved if you guys would just have open dialogue without shame and judgment. Ladies, stop judging and stop nagging. I'm saying this as a woman and I know this. Last but not least, really pay attention. Why do guys like 304s? I've said this a million times. Men like 304s because those girls don't put up a whole fucking fight over sex. They just give that ass up. And they like it too. You see, those women are actually sucking pee-pee and wanting to do it. Those women are actually initiating it and wanting it. When's the last time you initiated sex with your man? If you don't do that, I don't even want to hear shit about him watching porn. Because what the hell are you doing? I feel like it goes hand in hand. I'm not blaming just the women, but really think about that. You're going to get so upset at him watching porn, but the last time you touched him has been weeks or months. You don't kiss him. You don't initiate making out. You don't dirty talk him. You don't compliment him. You don't try to mess with him. You don't try to tease him. There's your answer. Work out, go to the gym, get your body right so you can feel confident to do these things. Put on some lingerie and try some stuff. Sometimes corn can be beneficial because you can learn things from them 304s. Do I like corn? No, y'all. Do I like that whole industry? Fuck no. But it can help you sometimes.